I want to talk to you about Zillow today. I have a love-hate relationship with Zillow. I don't know how long you've been looking, but Zillow is a platform that people go to because it's pretty easy to use and it gives you a lot of information pretty easily. That's all good. The downside of Zillow is, first off, they don't get the information when a home is sold. So sometimes a house can be on Zillow after it closed 6 months or even a year ago, and Zillow doesn't have access to that information for a long time. So that can be very disappointing for buyers because you are like, it says here that it's for sale, and in fact, it's been sold for a long time. So that's one downside. The other downside is the Zestimate. Zillow will even tell you that they are not that accurate on the Zestimate. It's designed to give you a little bit of more information about the trends in the neighborhood. The problem is I can have a home that was built the same year with the same square footage in pretty darn similar condition, and on Zillow it can have dramatically different values. The reason for that is that Zillow draws the values from the properties that it deems nearby. Even if it's an empty lot, in a lot of developments where there's empty lots, Zillow counts that as one of the values. If something sold for $150,000, it's going to average in with the house next door that sold for $500,000 or $700,000, hurting the value. The other thing that happens is that if you have a house on one end of the neighborhood that's closer to some very expensive homes and a house on the second side of the neighborhood that's closer to a neighborhood with not as expensive homes, those two homes are still in the same neighborhood and should still have competitive values. And yet Zillow, because it's a computer and just an algorithm, they're going to pull whatever they deem to be the closest. So you can have values that are as far apart as $100,000 and it's really the same house. So Zillow can hurt sellers a lot. The realtor can go in there and adjust the comps, but a lot of people don't do that. So beware of Zillow. For buyers and for sellers, you have to be aware that it's one more tool and that's all it is. You shouldn't take any of it too seriously. That's Zillow.